Venetian life? You really want to know? Very well, I shall delve into a subject that gives my past life recession memories severe irritation. Based on data extracted from salvaged hardware and using AI language interpretation, life that was on Venus was colonized by the warring races of the opposing side of the Lemurians. During their conflict, which was staged between Venus and Mars, which was a scientific research colony used for testing detailed last-stage terraforming equipment and techniques. The races of both Venus and Mars were technically developed by clone technology by a progenitor race that went mostly extinct long ago. Their creators had made a large population of these clones, called Merkabahs by our ancestors, or more modern terminology the Greys, as a means to carry on their own war that consumed them in the end. This war continued through their cloned duplicates until the clone's original DNA became so watered down and diluted that the original progenitor DNA no longer was present. In the last days of the war, the children of both colonies were evacuated to our planet. That led to the population colony that inhabited the island of Lemuria to keep them safe from destructive plan they had set in place, and initiated the final phase of their arsenal's capabilities, nuclear weapons. The effect of which stripped Mars of its atmosphere completely and left Venus in an extreme state of global warming due to the effects. Now there were survivors that became stranded on Venus that were incapable of escaping due to the magnetic anomaly that the planet created when its atmosphere shifted into its global warming state, damaging and disabling all technology there. It also caused a severe state of sterility among the male survivors, rendering them incapable of producing any further generations. Tension rose between the genders on Venus, and the leadership role shifted to the female population, who enslaved the male population based on their sterile condition and destructive nature. In this time the Venetians managed to redevelop their stellar capabilities and found that the race that had originally crippled their planet and left the stranded had dispatched an excavation vessel to explore our planet for traces of the Lemurian colony. Out to settle the old vendetta, they launched an assault on their enemies, who were now located in the quadrant of Alpha Centauri Nebula. This war has been recorded by our historical records of the Hindu gods between the Vermanu, especially highlighting the texts of Krishna and destruction of Dwarka. The Venetians came and set down a colonization group that settled in South America and became the Amazonian legends of the race of female warriors, but were wiped out in a final assault launched by the race from Alpha Centauri. The Venetians attempted to put up a last-stage fight by using the primitive indigenous Mayans to gather sacrifices of their best warriors to offer to the gods, which they used their cloning technology to genetically augment their capabilities, creating a group of superhuman-like soldiers that became known as the Anunnaki gods, and sent them on Land Rover crafts across the seas initially, but the Venetian outpost was assaulted and destroyed by the Alpha Centauri before they were able to get too deep into conflict, and the Anunnaki fell to become prisoners of war, which the race from Alpha Centauri utilized for a short time. The recorded data becomes obscure after that due to damage and erosion to the archive system it was extracted from.